Good morning and greetings from Northumberland. It's the 10th of September and the sun is rising beautifully just outside my study window. Good wishes to you all. Yesterday I was talking about confusion about how things are going forward. And at least for us in the churches, there is a little less confusion. So just specifically for people who are watching this and sharing this in our benefit in Northumberland, the news is that everything we have planned for September is going ahead in its normal way so far. Our worship can take place on Sunday at Northumberland, on Wednesday next at Beadnell, and the following Sunday at Ellingham. And there'll be news about this in our weekly newsletter. So that's good news. What is not so clear and not so good is how things are going at the moment. And the thing that came to me from all the things we heard yesterday, even those things that weren't very clear, is that we're still in a very difficult situation. That's the first thing to hold on to and remember. And in that situation, we've got to continue to care for each other and be responsible for each other. That's the key thing. The things that we do, we should do in a way that doesn't bring any risk to other people. That's why we wear masks, not for our own benefit. They're not to keep us healthy. They're to make sure that we don't spread anything to other people. And that's part of the reason why we wash our hands and gel our hands and do all these things. And the truth is, we've been doing this in one way or another for 6 months. And the fact is, we're going to have to continue to do it for at least another 6 months. So my message to us all at the moment is that we have to continue to show responsibility and care for each other, and to live in a way that makes others as safe as possible. And that's not easy, and it involves sacrifices. All of us have been unable to do things that we've wanted to do, and there will be other things coming up over the next months that we cannot do. That's very, very difficult, but we have to hold on to it. We have to keep together, and we have to work for the well-being of all. We're reading the Sermon on the Mount at the moment, and we've got into the middle of Luke chapter 6, we're starting at verse 27 today. And Jesus says this, "I say to you, love your enemies, do good to those who hate you, bless those who curse you, and pray for those who abuse you. If anyone strikes you on the cheek, offer them the other cheek." And then he says this, "If you love those who love you, what credit is that? If you do good to those who do good to you, what credit is that? Love your enemies, do good, and lend without expecting anything back." Jesus is calling us to live in a radically different and in a radically more loving way than comes naturally to us as humans. Jesus is saying, my followers have to be the people who love in an extraordinary way. And these are extraordinary times. And they do demand extraordinary love and extraordinary care for others. Let's try and show that in the way we live at the moment. But then Jesus moves on to this, and this maybe is for me, and for a lot of us. It's very easy to criticize others. And one of the things that Jesus says, don't judge, because you can be judged with the same standard. And if you forgive, you can receive forgiveness. Let's remember that although it's important to ask political questions, it's important to ask questions about the way our society runs, it's also important to know that if we do not have forgiveness and reconciliation and generosity in our hearts, that we should not expect to receive those either. Let's learn to build up our community and live as better people in these difficult times. May God bless us.